So, hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. After a 15-day break, I am back, finally back, and today it's another new series. Obviously, you would have guessed it by seeing the thumbnail and the title. So, it's a new series called The Ultimate Google Fonts. Fonts, everybody knows, I guess. Fonts are different types of text, the way it looks, and a lot of things like that. And in this series, we're gonna have a tournament for the best fonts of Google Fonts. And shout out to Google Fonts, they just had a new logo redesign. It's amazing, I love it. And yeah, so Google Fonts is completely free. There are thousands of different fonts you can download, and I'm a bit of a font freak. I have around 250 fonts downloaded from Google Fonts in my computer. So, but fonts is a way, or typography is a way that you can convey something that you want to convey using in graphic design or UI UX design effectively. Typography is an easy thing to learn. However, it may scare a lot of people because of the different names and a lot more things that involve typography, like those different terms. I don't understand what are those things, when to use what, and a lot of things like that. So we're gonna dive deep into all of these in this series, as well as have a little bit of fun with tournament tests, things like that. So first, in this episode, which is the introduction, we are going to see the different types of fonts so that we can get a bit more understanding of what we're actually going to see in this entire series. So there are time chapters below, so if you like to skip, you can skip. So Google Fonts breaks down all different types of fonts into 5 different fonts. I break them out into 6 different ones. It includes one more. So let me show you all of that. So let's first look at serifs. So you've seen this kind of fonts everywhere. You've seen this on newspapers, you've seen this on magazines, you've seen this on posters, you've seen it everywhere. So this name might strike you. It's called the Times New Roman. It was one of the most famous serif fonts ever invented for the Times Now. Wait, I don't remember which newspaper. It is something with Times in its name. And these fonts provides a clear clarity on paper. These were first originated in, like, when they were printing presses with blocks that were supposed to be arranged and pressed on the paper to put the ink on it. That was called the printing press in the olden times. One great example is the Gutenberg printing press. And as you can see, these letters over here has something at the ends of them. We have these little extra lines, which which makes each of the different letters look a little bit different and easy to identify. So that when you're reading those tiny letters punched out by presses, you need a lot of clarity to read other types of fonts. But because of these lines, you can easily identify what letter, what thing that is there on the paper is which letter. That's why these kind of things are used mostly on newspapers and print media, because it's a little bit harder, it's a little bit easier to read on print media like paper. So these helps differentiate between each letter. So this is one great example, Play Fair Display. This font has a lot of class, has a lot of luxury in it, the name itself. So I love this font. I use it almost every week in every project, at least somewhere, because of the way it looks, and it's modern, However, it is also easy to read. It's modern. It's everything. Okay, so as you can see, this is a lot more new. It's much more a new font that has emerged in the last few decades. So yeah, that's it for this type of fonts. And now we're gonna look into sans serifs. Sans serifs mean sans serifs. One second. Yeah, one second. Yeah. Great. Sans serif means without serifs. Sans means minus. So as you can see over here, this is a font without any of those extra lines. So you can see over here, this is a serif font. This is not a serif font. It does not have all those overcomplicating extra lines, and it makes it easier to read on screens. Serifs are harder to read on screens. However, sans serif is easy to read on screens, and they provide a clean, classic look. This is one of the most famous fonts in Google Fonts. The Voto. It's simple, it's clean, it's corporate. That's what sans serif is all about. But it makes it a little bit harder to read on paper because it does not contain a lot of contrast between each letters. So yeah. And next we are going to look at the third one, which is display and handwriting. Google Fonts breaks into two, display and handwriting. I just consider them the same as display. This is a display font. It is something that's obviously very decorated and a little bit harder to read. Display fonts are usually used for like headings, and this font is it just really fits the theme of like it fits a theme of something. It necessarily does not provides a corporate clean look. It just gives a little more styling to the text. And this is a handwriting font. So as you can see, it's like cursive. It's like someone has actually written it by hand, and that's what the name means. So handwriting and display fonts are usually used for headings and top things like that. So here's another example for display fonts. These are some of the different display fonts that creates a lot of style, whatever you're trying to convey. Okay, so let's look at the fourth type, which is monospace fonts. Monospace fonts are these codey kind of looking fonts that are most likely used in code editors, and these, as you can see, the letters have a lot of kerning between the fonts. What kerning basically is the space between letters. So these have more kerning between the letters, which creates almost like a boxy type feel. So this here's just another example on just another example. So we're going to see the last type, which is not in Google Fonts. It's called Slab. So Slab is a combination of serif and sans serif. It's also called as Slab Serifs. So what that actually does is it does not have any curves at the end of its serifs. However, it has a block serif. It creates a more modern type of sans serif. So this is just an additional category that I consider. However, Google Fonts does not support this category, but you can just search slab and you get thousands of different slabs. Okay, so that was it for this video, and in the next video, which will come out probably next week, we're going to be seeing like the nominees of the tournament, and we're going to go in detail about everything and how we're going to test it, and a lot of more fun and exciting things. And I am hoping that all of you are excited for the upcoming episodes of this series, and Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe.